They're here to compete for your manly pleasure, and to find out who men really want to play with more, which means it's time to get hard on this review of The Last of Us vs. Part 2. Now, both of these games came hot off the shelf upon release, and speaking of hot, our first category begs the question, are there any hot ladies? And by hot, of course, we mean highly capable and original characters with huge amounts of talent. And coming up first for The Last of Us, we have a woman who's lived a hard-knock life and has the scars to prove it. Please welcome Tess. Now, she don't take no flack from anyone, works hard for the money, and well, as you can see, she certainly has the skills that pay the bills. Hey now, wait just a minute, does anyone else hear that? My God. Well, it looks like Tess better move aside because buyer beware, what's coming might be premature, but she just refuses to wait her turn. It's Abby Rockhard Anderson. Now, Abs is a CrossFit enthusiast that likes to take it just as hard as she can give it. She used to be on the all-girls high school golf team, but that quickly took a backseat when she lifted her first kettlebell to improve her swing and instantly fell in love with all that weight dangling between her legs. Now she's fueled by testosterone and Chef Boyardee. Well, let's just say she grabs it with both hands and tends to go over the top, which is why she's getting a real long hard talking to from Mel, our soon-to-be mother. And we'll let that be because there's nothing sexier than a mama bear that knows how to tame the beast. And seeing as each side clearly has their share of highly capable characters, with Tess giving the ultimate sacrifice like a true American, and Abby, well, let's just say they don't make them like they used to. That's going to award a point for both teams, but it's still early in the competition, and as always, we play by baseball rules. So 3 strikes, and you're out. Which puts us right in the middle of explosive loads of action. And of course, both teams were determined to get an action point today, so let's see what they have for us. Well, I don't think there's any surprise here. The Last of Us seems to be going hard, fast, and diving deep into manly action even the Expendables would have to make room for. Oh, that is brutal. This point is looking very good for them. Ah, yes, and with that classic Tom Cruise run and jump. So let's check out part 2. Who is... well, it seems like they're taking on a more artsy form of action for the competition. Interesting choice. I guess we weren't clear. That's on us. And I've got to be honest, I'm not really sure what to do here. On the one hand, we clearly have traditional action, and on the stranger hand, well, the question is, who's truly giving us more loads of action? So let's check with the judges to see if that's going to be a point for both teams. And confirmed! That's points all around! Well, I guess sex does sell action, Jack. Let us know how you feel about the competition so far in the comments as we move on to our third category, where are the rugged dudes? Well, when you think about ruggedness, it's hard to imagine anyone that fits the bill more than our single father Joel Daddy-O Miller. He and his just as rugged brother Tommy actually showed up on horseback today in Mel Gibson dude-like fashion. And yes, they made quite the impression. I mean, the fans absolutely adore this man. And that's because he's a take-action kind of guy that everybody loves. And is stirring up controversy for being considered by many to be right up there with Carl Winslow for fatherly figures. And speaking of dads, let's bring in the Beastmaster himself, our soon-to-be father and great example of a perfect husband, Owen. Get some more. Sorry folks, we're having some trouble finding him. Oh, never mind. It sounds like they found him backstage, so let's switch on over to our non-invasive dressing room drone to see what he's getting into. And, oh boy. Cut the feed and hide your kids because it looks like Abby has pulled back those dusty backstage curtains and let in Owen. Too bad we don't have any doors back there because, well, that's a shame. Ugh. You just hate to see something like that in such a wholesome competition like this. Although that's good news for the other side because there's a chance for The Last of Us to take the point here. So let's go to the judges. Is there a rugged dude that's faithful to his wife? Show us a man that's worth naming your kids after. Yes! Oh my God! The Last of Us has done it! They've done the impossible in this day and age. I can't believe it, folks. This is incredible. Joel set them up and his brother Tommy knocked them down for another point and the lead for being such a stand-up rugged dude. Impressive. And on that note, let's move on to our next category, amply developed characters. And right from the start, it looks like we have our stand-up guy Joel being a great single dad until the unthinkable happens, and then fast forward to the end of days version of Joel, just trying to survive on ration cards before meeting Ellie, the adorable replacement daughter with no labels required who's simply naive to the outside world. And we watch their relationship build over the entire course of the game. Uh-oh, we all know what that means. Abby just won't let anyone else in the spotlight. She just keeps forcing her snatch and grab attitude into the audience's faces, but we're advocates of waiting one's turn in this competition, so that's going to be 2 minutes in the penalty box for interference. Uh-oh, and it looks like her teammate Ellie Part 2 seems to have swallowed a hefty load of anger pills after that infraction from Abby, and now she's looking for some woman-on-woman vengeance. I guess it's a good thing that Abby's box is a safe place for now, because hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And no one's going to stop her from strapping onto a choo-choo train to plow a hole through the mountain of characterization. But unfortunately, all that hate is bad juju, and it isn't going to give her enough time for any overarching character growth, which means strike 2 for Part 2, and another well-deserved point for The Last of Us. Well, it's not looking good for the Part 2 team, but they still have a chance to steal the competition, so be sure to like and subscribe as our contestants get cleaned up backstage. And speaking of clean, this is a good time to mention our sponsor, On the Job with Chaz, a home and gardening show where, as their slogan says, we wash anything. You can find their link down in the description below. And let's get back to it as we head into our 5th category, What Obituary, where we look for signs of fisticuffs, dismemberment, and death. And the competition's getting hard, hot, and sweaty, so let's check in on our teams to see how they're getting along backstage, because I bet they're at each other's throats. And I called it. Well, we should have known. Abby's at it again. Well, we'll just have to wait for security to get back there and cut the feed. Holy, strikes 1, 2, and 3 right there. Abby has committed a cardinal sin by using her high school golf club and signature move, the old bait and tackle switcheroo. I'm terribly sorry, folks. You just hate to see such a shameful display of disrespect towards the audience and other players. And it looks like we're going to have to cut the competition short due to an unsportsmanlike conduct disqualification against Abby and the Part 2 team, which means The Last of Us wins it all, and can proudly say that it's the only version to be officially approved for manly consumption. But it didn't come without sacrifice, and I think it's safe to say that all of us lost a great American hero today. Our hats are off to you, good sir. Great luck out there in the ether. Well, due to unfortunate circumstances, that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us, and click your screen for another hard-on review.